Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in the previous classes, we have covered the general introduction part and the Indian systems of medicine. So, anyone having any doubt about the previous classes? Roshni, this is your first class, or have you joined before?
Yes, ma'am.
This is
Today
your
is my
first.
first class.
Okay. So, you are from which university?
Ma'am, Bengal College, Durgapur.
Okay, okay. So, have you gone through my notes that I uploaded?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you facing any kind of problem in that?
Ma'am, today only I have joined.
Okay. So I am just repeating once. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, is it visible? I'm just once recalling it, and then we'll go for the next subject. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first part was what is pharmacognosy. That is not that much important. You can read it yourself. The main part is the history part that I covered was who did what and the books that was written that are very important. The main thing is the father of the things. That is father of pharmacognosy. Ritobash, you answer me. Father of pharmacognosy.
Ma'am,
Good.
diasporites.
Good, good. And how you can remember that? What was the trick for it?
Ma'am, DP.
Yes, DP. Roshni, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have put a DP on your email ID. So from the DP is the display picture. You can remember the four things uh, that are the fathers. For everyone has a trick. Okay. The father of pharmacognosy is the diascoride, and for this the trick is DP. And another is the father of botany, father of zoology, and father of medicine. The fourth thing has the fathers, and everyone has one trick. So you can see there that the father of botany, there present the TB thing. So TB is the tuberculosis, you know already. So for the TB, the father of botany for B is T, is Theophrastus. And for anything we do know from the previous, we for the understanding, we say that we know this subject A to Z. Okay, so Z is for the father of zoology and A is for the Aristotle, who is the father of zoology. And for the father of medicine, we know that the trick is headmistress. Okay, that is the HM. M is the medicine thing, and who is the father of medicine is H for Hippocrates. So four tricks are there: DP, TB, A to Z, and HM. Four is for the father of four things that are father of pharmacognosy, father of botany, father of zoology, and father of medicine. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the two things except of this that are important are the saddler who coined the term pharmacognosy And the first thing is the Galen, who was the first pharmacist. Okay, and these things you can see yourself. And the father of plant tissue culture, that I will cover in the next class, that is the G. Haber plant, who coined the term totipotency. Okay, these are the thing, and this is the important years for your like GPAT. And the morphine from opium is the main. The trick is MOS 06. Morphine from opium. Who did the isolation? Sartaner in 1806. This is the all about the general introduction of pharmacognosy. You can see my recording in your teach me tab for the further clarification, or you can ask me anything uh, if you are facing any kind of problem. Okay, the next thing was Indian system of medicine. I will not go for the exact thing. I am just talking on the main parts. That is the Ayurveda.
मैम
The okay, okay,
आपका आपका स्क्रीन कट हो गया.
okay. Visible now?
यस मैम.
Okay. Not again. Visible? Is the screen
या मैम.
visible? Okay. So the first thing is the Ayurveda. That is the most important thing for the Indian system of medicine. You can read the notes. If you are pursuing your semester in the pharmacognosy, you can also pursue it for your notes. And for GPAT, you can read here. Everything is here, okay, in the notes only. So Ayurveda principle comes for the five bhutas. What are that? Anyone? What is Panchabhuta?
Ma'am, Panchamahabhuta.
Yes, Panchamahabhuta. What concludes that? What are the things included in Panchamahabhuta?
जलवायु अग्नि
Jala,
पृथ्वी
Akasha, Agni, Vayu and
आकाश
Prithvi.
Yes, yes, very good. And what comes for Tridosha?
काफा
Vata,
पिता
Pitta and Kapha.
Good,
होगा.
good, very good, very good. And there was another thing for the purgation of body. What was that?
Panchakarma.
Yes, and that comes for the five things for the purgation systems.
Vaman, Nasa, Virejan, Basti and Rakta.
Yes, yes, good. And there was five pathological condition to treat.
रस गुण वीर्य विपाक प्रभाव.
Good, very good. So these are the things that concludes the principle, and you don't need to write like what concludes for what in your GPAT. So these are the main parts, and the Ayurveda is a part of Atharva Veda, and whose main exponent is Charaka, but the founder is who?
धन्वंतरी.
Yes,
Dhanvantari.
Dhanvantari. So you know it very well. So this is the main thing of the Ayurveda, and the dosage forms are also important. What powder concludes for powder dosage form is?
Chudna. Chudna.
And
Bhasma.
Bhasma is prepared by which process?
Calcination.
Okay, good. Calcination. After calcination, what are to be added into the Bhasma?
Metal oxides.
What?
Ma'am, metal oxides are formed.
Yes, yes, very good, very good. So this is the full thing for the Ayurveda, and two main things are there, asavas and aristas. And asava is a what?
Infusion.
Infusion. And which kind of dosage form?
Liquid dosage form.
Yes, arista is also liquid dosage form, but it is
Prepared by decoction.
decoction. Okay, so you know everything about the Ayurveda. Now comes for Siddha. Siddha was what? Which time period is for Siddha? Siddha is the oldest system of medicine, right? So it comes before Ayurveda. So I told that this is the pre-Vedic system. And Siddha means achievement. The practitioners of Siddha are called Siddhars. And the principle is what?
Spiritual discipline.
Yes. Along with the medicinal practice, there comes the spiritual disciplines also. Roshni, are you getting my points? And your friends also? They are
Yes,
answering very
ma'am.
well. Okay. The principle of Siddha is almost same as the Ayurveda, and you will see in that. I'll not extend it more. Read in the notes. The father of Siddha is Agastya. That's very important. Now comes for the Unani. What is the principle of Unani?
Ma'am, Pythagorean theory and the Hippocrates theory.
কি হচ্ছে?
Hippocrates theory and Pythagorean theory.
Yes. Hippocrates theory and Pythagoras theory. So who is the father of Unani?
Hippocrates.
Yes. And what are the other names for Unani? I
It
told the
is Arabic
students are
system
very
of
important.
medicine.
Okay. Tell me.
Arabic Islamic এগুলো বলেছে।
Yes. And the Oriental system also. Arabian Islamic system. Okay. And the Oriental system is of medicine is also the Unani. It came from where? What was the origin?
Greek.
Yes, Greece.
Greece.
Greece was the origin, and then it came further in Iran, that is in Arab, and it was the main Arabian or Islamic system of medicine. Okay, so this comes the Unani principle, and after that, our homeopathy. Who developed the homeopathy thing?
Samuel Hamson.
Samuel
Hahnemann.
Hahnemann. Yes, and there was the concept of proving and prover was there. And how many principles are there for homeopathy?
7 principles.
What was the first one?
Similia similibus
No,
curentus.
no. Similia similibus curentus was the third one, but most important. The first principle is individualism. Okay, so you see there. First was the individualism, then is principle of similia. Okay, it is the second one. Sorry, I told third. It is the second one, but this is the most important. Okay, similia similibus curentus is the most important thing, and the main, you can say, the principle of the homeopathy, that is like cures like. Okay, the next part is the allopathy, that is our modern system of medicine. The Chinese medicine has two theories. What are that?
Yin and yang.
And another one, yin and yang theory is the first one. It is only one theory. It is not yin and yang. Don't doesn't mean that this is two. This is only one theory. And the second thing is the 5-element theory. And who was the emperor of Chinese medicine? Like, who started it?
Shen Nam.
And Shen Nang
Ternam.
wrote, yes. And Shen Nang wrote what?
Pensar.
Yes,
Pen Chow.
Pensar. Good, very good. So you recall it very well. These were the references, normal thing. And these are the some things about the Bach flower remedies. Edward Bach was the discoverer. Campo was the Japanese system of medicine that came further. And aromatherapy was coined, the aromatherapy term was coined by Gantley Fawcett. These are the main thing about the previous classes. So you remember it very well. Very good. Now comes the third class for today's new thing, that is the classification of crude drug. The presentation is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll study today is not that much important for your GPAT. Okay. But this is the base of the classification of crude drug. The crude drugs are classified in two ways. One thing we will cover today, and the another thing we will cover tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is more important than today. I am not telling that today's is not important. Whatever the question can come, but tomorrow's topic is more important and more relevant. Okay, because every repeated year you can see the question from there. So again, what is crude drug? The drug we got from the natural sources is the crude drug without any kind of therapy or pharmaceutical technology. It's without applying what we get from the raw resources is our crude drug. So there are some things. I have added one picture. So this is the main classification where it starts. Okay. So first thing is the general classification. Whatever we will cover today is the general classification part. And another is the structural characteristic. This is the most important classification part. The structural characteristic wise, that can be divided into further two things, that is organized drug and unorganized drug. Now you tell me, what do you mean by the organization of plant?
Specific morphology of
Cell
plants.
structure থাকবে ওর একটা
Yes, cell structure. That is the basic organization of a plant. The cellular structure. The basic unit of a plant is a cell. Because except of this, if you don't know ABCD, you can't write a word. So like that, the basic structure for a plant is its cell. Okay. So the plants are having the cellular structures. And for the cellular structure, we can see there are various kind of like xylem, phloem, parenchyma, whatever are there. We can see it under microscope. So the plants having cellular structure are the organized drug, because you can say that for the cellular structure they are having an organization. So that are the organized drug. And the unorganized drugs are whoever lacking a cellular structure, but they are drug, but they are lacking a cellular structure, like they cannot be seen under the microscope. We can see them macroscopically, like visualize through our eyes, but we can't see it under the microscope. Okay, like you use the Favi gum, it is not a drug, I'm just talking for an example. You use eraser, that is produced from a rubber. Rubber is basically a gum from the rubber tree. If you visit the hilly areas, you can see that from the rubber tree there is a cloth type of thing, bag kind of thing, that is hung on the trees, and after incision from the tree, the rubbers are getting accumulated in there, and that is used as a gum. Okay, rubber gum. So that kind of things like resin and aloe juice, aloe vera juice, that things like aloe juice is a drug, but it is not organized drug because it is a juice kind of form and it has no cellular organization. Can you see a juice under microscope? No, right? So it is the unorganized form of drug. So we discuss it further on tomorrow's class. So today we'll go for our general classification. Till now, any problem? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So in the general classification, we will talk about 6 classifications under the general thing: alphabetical, taxonomical, morphological, chemical, pharmacotherapeutic or pharmacological therapeutic, and chemotaxonomic. Of them, chemotaxonomic is a new kind of thing. Rest of this are easier. Okay, but there are more memorizing, but chemotaxonomic is an interesting thing. Okay, so tell me, who was the discoverer of the binomial nomenclature?
Linnaeus.
Linnaeus. And he did the taxonomic classification of plant also. So I just remembered it from the taxonomic classification. Okay, the taxonomic hierarchy was also discovered by him. Okay, so first comes the alphabetical classification. Nothing to understand, just the drugs are arranged in the classification alphabetically. You can see one example serially done: acacia for A, B for benzoin, C for cinchona, D for dill, E for ergot, like this till Z. Okay, and this kind of classifications are in the pharmacopoeias. Various countries have various pharmacopoeia. We have our Indian pharmacopoeia, and we will talk more about the Indian pharmacopoeia in the pharmaceutical jurisprudence. I will take that subject, so we will talk about the various pharmacopoeias there. You know how many editions are there for the Indian pharmacopoeia?
9.
Yes, 9.
9.
Yes, yes. And 9th edition was published in which year?
2022.
2022.
Yes, July 2022. So next is for the taxonomical or biological classification. So here the crude drugs are classified as taxonomically. This is the Claviceps formula. I have just talked about it for an example. Like, this is the taxonomic classification. Every plant has the different taxonomic classification. If two are having the same genus, they will be under the same, but species are different. No two plant will have the same genus species because everyone has different binomial nomenclature. So ergot, dill, cinchona, everyone is under different taxonomic classification. This is good because everyone is having their own characteristic, because everyone is different from another. But the classification is criticized for its failure to recognize the organized and unorganized nature of the crude drug. So what this is talking about is that this can say that this is the plant, but this cannot say if it is in the like organized form, that it is having the cellular structure or it is having the non-microscopic features, these things. Okay, so there it is criticized, and these are obsolete things actually. These are not used that much. That chemotaxonomic is mostly important, and these are the for the pharmacopoeial things. This is important. Morphological classification. What do you mean by morphology of a plant or of a crude drug?
External characteristics,
like
structure, color, shape.
yes. So you see these things, seed, leaves, bark, roots, that are also morphology. We can see these things visually. We can visually recognize that things. So these are the morphology of plants. And now, for example, we take the seeds. Okay, first example we are taking for seed. Nux vomica. What Nux vomica belongs to? Which class? Anyone? We will further study about Nux vomica more in our alkaloids chapter. So Nux vomica
Ma'am,
belongs to,
Indole alkaloids.
yes. Indole alkaloid, very good. Okay, so Nux vomica is an alkaloid. But you can see the last one, example, castor. It belongs to the volatile oil part. Okay, castor oil. So these are different in their structure and whatever. They are different. But whatever their biological source for their crude drug is being used for is the seeds. We use the Nux vomica seeds for our like making the crude drug, or Nux vomica seeds are taken as the crude drug for the Nux vomica. And for the castor oil also we take the seeds as the crude drug. Okay, the oil is producing from the seeds and the alkaloid part also belongs to the seeds, and this is known as the biological source that I am telling you, that the seeds biological source is the which part of the plant we are taking, and the binomial nomenclature. Okay, like seeds of Strychnos nux vomica, it is taken as the fully biological source of the nux vomica. So again, for leaves, senna, digitalis, vasica, eucalyptus, these are the biological sources. So morphological classification belongs to the which part of the plant, whole plant, we are taking for our crude drug. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, another people, are you getting my point, or if you are having some issue? হ্যালো,
ম্যাম এটা আরেকবার বলবেন?
নিশ্চয়ই। দেখো, for the organized drug, I told that we have the things that can be visualized under the microscope, যেগুলো আমরা মাইক্রোস্কোপের নিচে দেখতে পারি, like seeds, leaves, barks, roots. We can see it under the microscope, right? So এগুলোর আমরা structural verification
ম্যাম,
করতে
আপনার
পারি।
ভয়েসটা ক্র্যাক হচ্ছে।
Sorry, can you repeat? Hello?
ম্যাম, বলছি আপনার ভয়েস ক্র্যাক করছে।
ভয়েস ক্র্যাক করছে? ও আচ্ছা, কত অবধি শুনেছো বলো? Everyone is facing the problem that my voice is cracking?
Yes,
थोड़ा
ma'am.
थोड़ा ब्रेक हो
Okay. Till which thing you have like listened to? Till which thing my voice was clear?
ওই মাইক্রোস্কোপে অবজার্ভ করতে পারি।
আচ্ছা, সো আমরা মাইক্রোস্কোপে এগুলো হচ্ছে অবজার্ভ করতে পারি। আমি এটা বলছি ফর অর্গানাইজড ড্রাগ, দেন আফটার in the next slide we will see the unorganized drug morphological classification also. This is for the organized thing. So we can see these portions we can visualize under the microscope. And see, for the seeds, there comes the Nux vomica, Strophanthus, Isabgol, castor. If we take Nux vomica and castor, Nux vomica is an alkaloid. About the alkaloid, we will study in our next classes. And castor is castor oil. That is further belong to the volatile oil classes. So alkaloid and volatile oil are not the same. Okay, but see, for them, both of them, we are using the seeds. For Nux vomica, we are using the seeds. For castor oil also, we are using the seeds as our crude drug. So this is the morphological thing. The our plants can be different in the classification, chemical classification or pharmaceutical classification. Like castor oil, we use it for different purpose, and Nux vomica, we use it for different therapeutic purpose. But what is same is their morphological thing, is that seed. We are taking the same thing as our crude drug, is the seed. Now, can you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Other people, are you having any problem? Please tell me. These are the same things, okay? Like turmeric, ginger, valerian, podophyllum. These are also everyone. If we take the rhizomes as crude drug. For Rolfia, Ipecacuanha, we take the roots. For bark, we take cinchona, cinnamon. For fruits, we take the coriander, colocynth. Okay, these are the things. This is the next thing. First one is, I edited it and it is not saved now. First one, the entire drug, the ephedra, belladonna, these are the entire drug parts, and this comes for the organized drug only, and it is now here in the unorganized drug. But the unorganized drug are from the dried lattices. I will edit it and I will share in your teachment tab. For the dried lattices, we use the opium. Opium is the, what is the biological nomenclature of the opium? Anyone? Okay, you forgot. It's Papaver somniferum. Okay, so for the opium, there also, as I told for the rubber, one incision is made. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for opium, in the unripe fruits of opium, when they are unripe, okay, one incision is made and the lattice, whatever the lattice is collected and it is dried and it is used as the crude drug. Same thing for the gums, this acacia, tragacan, dried extracts of the gelatin. Gelatin, where we use it? Where do we use gelatin?
Capsule making.
Yes, and gelatin is type A and type B. So you will see it in pharmaceutical technology. So the resin combination are the balsam of toluene. As I told that this can be different things, okay, but the source of the crude drug for the plants or whatever the things are same. For opium, papain, they belong to the different classes of drug, chemically, therapeutically. But what is the crude drug for them is the dried lattices, is same. This is the morphological thing. Now you tell me if you are facing any problem, I will repeat it. Have you understood the morphological classification?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Okay. Ritubhash? Have you understood?
Ma'am.
Okay. Now is the chemical classification. Now, as I told that chemically classification can be different, but the crude source are same. For this thing, crude source can be different, but chemical classification are the same. Okay. So you can see that for the second one you notice it is written as the alkaloids. And there comes the Nux vomica and cinchona. I am keeping the argot and datura aside. Just take Nux vomica and cinchona. In the morphological thing, for Nux vomica, what we were using for the crude source?
Seeds.
Seeds. And for cinchona, what we were using for the source?
Bark.
Bark. Yes. So you can see that the crude source can be different, but they belong to the same class of drug in the chemical classification, that is the alkaloids. Can you see the relationship between the morphological and chemical classification? You can see the other things too, like castor oil. We took the Nux vomica and castor oil seeds for our crude sources, but I told that the Nux vomica belongs to the alkaloids and the castor oil is for the lipids, not volatile oil, but the lipids. Okay, we took the digitalis and eucalyptus both for the leaves as the crude drug, but now the digitalis belong to the glycoside part and the eucalyptus belong to the volatile oil part. Are you getting my point? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So everyone is getting my point. This is the relationship among the classification things. Okay, we will study it further deeply, but now it is the clear picture of the classification thing. Next is the pharmacological classification. That is another relationship that makes with the previous morphological and your chemical classification. So see the next second example, cinchona and Nux vomica. Nux vomica was used as what? Seeds, and cinchona was used as bark. Like their crude sources were that seeds and bark, but they are both alkaloids and both are emetics. See the first example, castor oil, and second one is the Nux vomica. The castor oil was used, what crude source of castor oil was used? Seeds. And what crude source of Nux vomica was used? It was also seeds. But the castor oil is the lipid and it is used as the purgative or laxative, you can see, and the Nux vomica used as emetic. Are you getting my point? Can you accumulate the three things, morphological, chemical and pharmacological classification?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are up to the pharmacological classification. Some of the drugs could be classified under two pharmacological headings since they exhibit two different actions. Like cinchona is our anti-malarial and the emetic also. Emetic is the bitter tonic. Like you can understand that if you are getting anything bitter, you will vomit. So cinchona is used as emetic and also the anti-malarial. What chemical or what drug we get from cinchona that is used as anti-malarial? Every subject is related, okay? Do you know what we get from cinchona? That is
Ma'am,
antimalarial?
quinine.
Quinine, yes. And we also get another thing, that is quinidine from cinchona. Quinine is antimalarial, quinidine is anti-arrhythmic. Quinidine you will further study in your pharmacology. And whereas this beta tonic thing is further in a relationship with the anti-malarial thing, that way you will cover in your medicinal chemistry. The quinine is the anti-malarial, but we don't take it anymore because it is bitter. And the cognosy is saying that it works as emetic as it is bitter. Okay, and the medchem will say that one chloro thing or one hydroxy thing is added to make it lesser bitter so that we can take it. Most probably it is chloroquine. Okay, that is now the drug that is used for the anti-malarial effect. Understand till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone, do you have any questions
Yes,
till
ma'am.
now? Because we have only one slide left for today's class, that is the chemotaxonomic classification. Are you having any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the last thing for today's class, that is the chemotaxonomic classification. So chemotaxonomic means chemical plus taxonomic. Now you see the second example. I'm directly straight going for the example because rest of the things are lesser important for GPAT. So it is written as the tropine alkaloid belongs to the Solanaceae family. So the tropine alkaloid means, I'm starting from the alkaloid thing. Atropine, okay, that is that can we get from the Atropa belladonna. We are getting atropine. Okay, that is one. This is an alkaloid. Okay, and if we further divide it into the chemical class, that will be taken as a tropane alkaloid, because a tropane nucleus is there. You will see in your chemistry, medicinal chemistry, a tropane nucleus is there in your atropine. And when we are getting the tropane alkaloid, there are another tropane alkaloids also. We can see that every tropane alkaloid belongs to the same family, that is the Solanaceae family. Are you getting the relationship between the chemical and the taxonomic classification? The chemically it is saying that tropane alkaloid, tropane class of alkaloid, and taxonomy is saying that they will belong to the Solanaceae family. So this acts as a chemotaxonomic marker. If we are saying that which one belongs to the Solanaceae family, and we are giving 4 examples, you can easily identify that the tropane alkaloid one will be in the Solanaceae family. Okay. Any question, any doubt till now? Hello.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone has understood the chemotaxonomic classification, because I really had a lot of problem with this in my time. Anyone having any problem with today's class? Please let me know.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so everyone are okay with today's
No,
class?
no problem, ma'am.
Okay. No problem till now. means from general introduction part, from the Indian system of medicine part, and from the today's class, like half of the classification, no problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will cover the organized and unorganized drug part. That is very important. Please don't miss tomorrow's class. So it will be uh, it will cover the total classification part, and further we'll pursue to the cultivation, collection of the medicinal plant and part of medicinal plants, and then we'll go for the analytical chemistry from July. Okay, so no one having any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm ending. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.